Good morning. I want to share with you some beautiful teachings of Rav Shlomo Carlebach, teaching the Hasidic master's approach to these holy special days going into Pesach. Or la'abasar bodkim et hachametz. As Gemara teaches, on the light of the 14th, we check for the chametz. B'leila Seder, on the night of the Seder, we thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He takes us from slavery to freedom. And every year, He retakes us out of whatever enslavements we've gotten ourselves into, from great darkness into the greatest light, in both a personal and on a national level. Mamish, a great light. On Pesach, a great light comes down from the heavens, the great light of freedom. Now, how can a simple man, a limited man, get this endless godly light from Hashem? The truth is that we can't receive this light. It's impossible to grasp. It's a gift from Shamayim, from the heavens. It's a holy gift that's not dependent on anything. We have to pray for it. But this great light comes down, and what we have to do is prepare vessels to receive this light into ourselves. And what is the smallest, sweetest vessel, kli, that we can make to receive this great light? To clean our houses of our chometz. So first off, on Pesach, we need a house. And second of all, we need to get rid of the chometz from our house. On a spiritual level, what that means, we need a place in the world. We need a purpose. And that place, that purpose needs to be clean. So the beginning of Pesach is Erev Pesach. Maseches Pesachim begins Or Lar Basar Bodkim et HaChometz. On a pshat level, on a simple level, Or Lar Basar means on the night of the 14th. But all the Hasidic masters teach, of course, all the Kabbalists teach, it's not a coincidence that the Mishnah starts with the word light. This light alludes to the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The light of the 14th means the kli, the vessel of light. It comes down on the 14th when we get rid of our chametz. On the night before Pesach, Hashem gives every Jew a place in the world, a clean place to receive the great light, which is coming down to us on the night of the Seder. Now, Shlomo is going to read to us from the Beis Yaakov, the son of the Meshiloach. The Beis Yaakov writes in Sefer HaZamanim, Masha zu ha-masechet matchila b'milat or. The reason that this Masechet starts with the word or, hu ki b'zeh hachag me'ir Hashem yitbarach le'inei adam sheyakir makomo v'shorasho. God shines down that we can recognize our place and our shoresh, our root. And in addition, God will show us the root of our lacking, the root of what we're missing. The shoresh chesrono. You hear this? First, HaKadosh Baruch Hu shows every person to recognize his place. He gives us a house, and He shows him the root of his lacking. You understand? The shoresh means my root in the heavens, not my place now, but the place that I could have reached in my root above. And then when I recognize my root above of how high I could shine, then I can recognize the root of what I'm lacking. Hashem shows me, shines into me, and suddenly I realize where I can go in the heavens. Then I can feel the root of my lacking, my chometz, that which is holding me back from what I can really, truly be. On the simplest level, before HaKadosh Baruch Hu can tell me what's wrong with me, first he has to show me what's good within me. If I see a person who's walking on his hands and knees like an animal, and I show him, I tell him, why are you walking, crawling like an animal? He won't understand. But if I show him a picture of somebody walking on his feet, and you say, that could be you, then he understands how he can fly. So I need to taste first how high I can fly, how great I could be, and then I can reach to the highest level. You know, a person can be good, but he won't recognize how high he can fly, how great he could be. Shlomo wants to tell us the story of Naftali Tzvi Yehuda Berlin. He was, I'm sure you know, the Rosh Yeshiva of Volozhin, the mother of all the yeshivas. In the world of Torah, 150 years, he's maybe the Rebbe of all the Rebbes, the rabbi of all the rabbis. Now, he wrote a commentary on the Shiltos, on the Sifri, many tshuvas. But the Sefer, maybe the most precious, is called the Ha'emek Davar. We should all be zoich to learn it. And the day that this Sefer came out, he made a great meal. And in this meal, he recounted something amazing. When he was a young man, he was a tailor. His father was a tailor, a very poor person. And because he was so poor, he was always worried about the money, the parnas of his children. And he wanted that his son should be an excellent tailor. The Netziv tells that when he was 11, 12, his father already started teaching him how to become a tailor. But he didn't want to be a tailor. One day he ran from his house and he went from the yeshiva to learn. And one of the reasons that he ran to the yeshiva to learn was because he had a dream. And in this dream he saw himself as a tailor, just like his father wanted. And he was a good tailor. And at the end of his days, he went to the heavens. And he saw that since he was a good tailor, they sent him to Gan Eden. Before they take him to Gan Eden, they showed him, we want to show you something. And they showed him pages and pages. And they said in the heavens, these are the books that you could have written to teach Torah. Look at the potential you had. And then the Tzif felt the greatest pain in that dream. What he could have been. And instead he was a simple tailor. Nothing against tailors. And when he woke up with great pain, he decided that if God would be mizakeh him to teach Torah and not to be a tailor, when he would write a sefer, he would make a great meal. So first of all, Hashem has to show us how great we can be. One last Torah. The Izbitzer tells us that on the night before the night of the Seder, Hashem shines within us your root. You can taste a little bit of how high we could reach in the heavens. But you know what this root is? This also means where I am in the heart of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's so deep. Imagine every morning I woke up and it was clear to me that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to speak to me. And that's what the Zohar says. Hashem Mamish is waiting for every Jew to daven Shachris. If you would know that Hashem was waiting there for you, would you just daven to be Yotzeh? You couldn't, right? Because we don't know where we are in the heart of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And if we would give the people we love an inkling and know how much they meant to us, it would give them strength to be greater. And if we would know how much we meant to others, it would give us the strength to be greater. So don't hold back. One last Torah. I can't hold back. Beautiful, beautiful teachings of Rav Shlomo and Lev HaShamayim. Put out by Rav Shmuel Zivan. Shlomo's teachings here in Yerushalayim. You understand? On the one hand, I see how high I can reach. And on the other hand, dafka, because of this, from this great light, I understand that I made so many mistakes. And suddenly it becomes clear to me that it all happened because I didn't get rid of that one piece of chametz, that one mistake that I needed to get rid of, which would have led to a domino effect. Where if I just would have overcame that, I would have felt the confidence to keep growing and growing and growing. I just need to get rid of one piece of chametz. And on the night of the 14th, Hashem makes it clear to me that what I need to get rid of, and we revatal it with our heart, with our desire, with our ratzon. We check as far as our hands can reach to the best of our ability. We nullify in our desires, and we go clean. And we search with the candle, the nair. Yeah, you could use a flashlight, but the traditional way is with a nair. As the pasuk says, and the Gemara talks about this pasuk, Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam, our soul is alluded to in a candle. Chofes Chol Chadrei Baten, pasuk in Mishlei. God searches our souls with a candle. And the soul of God is the candle in the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the Torah is the candle that we have. When we learn Torah with truth and sincerity, it becomes clear to us what the shoyesh of chisroni is, what I need to work on. And then the night of Or L'Arba'asar, it becomes clear to us what I need to fix. And it's interesting. It says Rav Kook, true freedom comes when I search in my own house, when I realize it's not any of the houses. I don't search anybody else's house. I only have to fix myself. I don't have to worry about anybody else's neshama at that moment. What do I need to work on? Because we're all connected. When I work on my tikkun, we're all fixed. Then says the Heilige Sfas Emes, we take the candle and we burn it with the rest of the chametz. Because a candle that's searching for what's wrong, that too becomes chametz. After we do that cheshbon nefesh, now we have to look at what's right in others. And then, when we do that act of cleansing, of tikkun, of cheshbon nefesh, we get to the Leil Seder, and we feel, b'chol dor v'dor chayev adam lirot et atzmo ki'ilu hu yatsa mitzrayim. In every generation, we have to feel like we ourselves left Egypt. And Leil Seder, we mamish have to come to Hashem with all of our story of our life and tell Hashem everything. And we take nuts, the nuts we were afraid of on Rosh Hashanah, the nuts egos, and we give them to the children because the egos is gematria of chet, and we did tshuva me'ava, and now we're not scared, says Rav Avad Yosef, of those sins because we did tshuva and we transformed them to zchuyos, and we take the purity of the children through that cheshbon nefesh, and we feel that great closeness to Kadosh Baruch Hu, and hopefully will propel us to a year of true inner freedom. So now is the time, my friends, to start doing the cheshbon nefesh, to work on finding that shoyesh chisroni. Hashem should show us how high we can reach, what we need to get rid of, and then mizakt us to the greatest bir chometz. Through that cheshbon nefesh, we'll get rid of our personal chometz and our national chometz. And you all be blessed with a chag kosher sameach chadei shurchat yachatz karpas chag sameach.